Well, hello everybody. This is Krista Alicia, and I'm at the Revival Rooms today. And I was just spending some time with Jesus this morning, and I was praying and just soaking in his presence. And I had an encounter that I wanted to share with you. And in this encounter, Jesus knocked on the door of my heart, and as soon as I realized that it was him, I opened my heart fully to him. And in this encounter, it was just like my heart was a rose. And when he came, it had been like a rosebud that was all closed tight. And he just said, "Krista, open your heart to me." And in my spirit, I just like made my heart, I released my heart to come into full bloom, like a big, beautiful, completely open rose that was just laid bare for Jesus. And he began to smell the fragrance of my heart and my love for him. And then I became enraptured in the fragrance of his love for me. And then in this encounter, my heart actually began to ache. And it just felt so tender and so exposed. And I asked him, Jesus, what is this that my heart is aching, although you're here with me? And he began to tell me that, when we have gone long parts of our life where we have had our hearts closed off, where just due to self-preservation and protection and trauma and disappointments and things of that nature, that humans can actually close their hearts the same way a flower, like morning glories, they open in the morning for the sun and then they close at night. And he said that when we aren't used to opening our hearts all the time, there are parts that are more sensitive to emotions. And he asked me to come in to tell his people today to fully open their hearts to him, that he is the guardian and he is the protector of our hearts. And that when he comes to the door of our hearts and he knocks, just like in Revelation 3:20, where he said, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock, and any who come and open the door unto me, I will come into them and I will have a feast with them." That is a love feast. He is longing to come into our hearts and into us, into intimate fellowship and communion with us as his bride, to show him the deep inner workings of our heart, to expose to him those places that we're so afraid of showing him, the places where we've had them shut off for so long because they're so guarded. And he wants to bring his light, his love, and his healing power into those places of our hearts so that we can open ourselves fully up to him, and so that we can have more of him and we can express more of his love in the earth. He is our love feast. And actually, that verse in Revelation 3:20, if you look in context of Jewish culture, what Jewish culture, or in Jewish culture, when a groom was getting ready to go propose to his future bride, the groom and the father would take a cup of wine and the bridal price, the dowry price, and they would go to the bride-to-be's home, and they would knock on the door. Both of them, the father and the son, would knock on the door. And if the bride opened the door all the way to let the groom and his father inside, that meant that she was accepting the proposal. And but if she only opened it part way and not all of the way, then she meant she denied him. And so, saints, I just want to encourage you today. Jesus is the guardian and the protector of your heart. He has laid bare his heart for you, and he demonstrated that by his sacrifice on the cross. He hung naked and ashamed, battered and torn, bleeding, flesh like ribbons from an old rugged cross. He poured out everything he had, even though one drop of his blood could have redeemed all of the human race and atoned for all of our sin. Jesus decided that he was going to pour his whole self out because in return, he wanted all of us. He's not satisfied with just a drop. He's not satisfied with just a little, crack in the door for him to peek in and to view you. No, he wants the whole thing. So, beloved, if there's junk and there's garbage in the way that's preventing you from being able to swing open the door of your heart to let him fully in, I want to encourage you today that he's standing there, he's knocking, and he will help you. All you have to do is surrender to his love. Open your heart to him fully. It's okay to get messy. It's okay to be tender. It's okay to let him into the places where you've never let anybody else. He will guard your heart because he loves you. He loves you, he loves you, he loves you, and he wants all of you. And he wants to give all of himself to you. So I just bless you guys with that. Father, in the name of Jesus, whoever is watching this today, I just bless them. I bless them. I bless them to have a heart that is open, that is tender, that is completely exposed to you, Jesus. That if there's been any places where we have not allowed you to fully come into our hearts, that those places would be revealed so that we can swing wide those doors and allow you to come in and to have all of us, Jesus. We're not satisfied with mediocre or for just a little bit, God. We want all of you, and we say yes to you wanting all of us. In your mighty name, Jesus, and for your glory. Amen and amen. Well, bless you guys. I really hope that this video blessed you. If it did, please like, please comment, please share. And thank you so much for tuning in. God bless.